Hey guys, I'm going to share a really quick tip with you today which helped me personally consolidate so much of my business and reduce my cancellation rate from around 60% to like 0.1%. This is a really simple strategy. However, if you use this, you will get some amazing results. Trust the strategy is all I'm going to say. So this all came about when I was writing so much business every week. However, over half of it was falling off the books and it didn't make any sense because I thought in my head that I'd done an awesome job. Well, turns out I did a pretty good job. However, there was one thing that I missed out, and it was my failure to realise what sales is actually all about. As we know, people buy people, they don't buy products. If people bought products, as I've said in a previous video, leaflets, flyers, magazines and the written word would be all we'd need. We wouldn't need salespeople. Because we buy people, we buy into their emotions and their mindset and everything about them. We as a salesperson are, or should be, enthusiastic and confident and believe in our product. If we don't, then customer will always fear that, will see that and they won't buy into it. You have to believe in what you sell. So naturally, we will have a higher tendency to be more enthusiastic and more passionate about it. So we take our prospect, a cold prospect, from down here to all the way above, up to where we are. So they go on this emotional roller coaster, because that's what sales is. It's a transfer of emotions, feelings. It's not someone buying a bloody product. And while we take them up to this roller coaster ride of emotion, they are so excited. They like you, they like the company, they love everything it stands for. Everything makes sense in this heightened state. The dangerous thing is, once they've bought, is when you close the door, end the meeting, however you've conducted the business, they come crashing back down. And guess what happens? Buyer's remorse kicks in at a almighty rate. They start looking and panicking because they forgot everything you've told them. Never ever, don't be naive enough to think that the customer will remember everything you've told them. It just won't happen. You've taken them through so much information, you've taken them through an emotional journey. They can't remember everything. They'll only remember certain key facts at the time. Some things might remember later on, but they won't remember it all. So when they're in this point of where they've crashed and they're now in buyer's remorse, they're looking at every reason why they've just committed all this money. They forget about you, they forget about the benefits, they forget about the good reasons why, and they panic. They see the big price and they will try to do anything they can to get out of committing to that. So what will naturally happen is you will get either a cancellation come through, an email saying they want to change their mind for some reason. The reality is, nobody should be changing their mind once they've signed the contract if you've done the job properly. And this is what I wasn't doing. I was taking people on this huge emotional roller coaster, but I never brought them back down. I let them free fall and crash into the ground. It was my own fault, as I'm sure it is with you as well. So what I'm going to suggest now will sound ridiculously counterintuitive, and some of you might resent the idea of doing this. However, trust me, this works. Believe it. What I began doing was, after every single customer told me yes, just before I would give them the contract, I would ask them, why is it that you're deciding to come on board today? And I would sit there in silence and wait. Now I know what you're thinking. This is a sort of get out of jail free card for the customer to now run for the hills and to never do business with me. Not the case. And if it is, well, I can tell you now, they were never going to be your customer. So there's no point in signing up those sort of customers to have an ego boost, to flash a big sale, to then have it wipe off a few days later. Forget it. Be smart about your business. So after you've asked these customers, why are you coming on board today? You wait for a response and you see what you get back. They will typically come back with two types of responses, depending on how good of a job you've done. Option one, which they could come back to, is, I don't know, it just seemed like such a good deal, the discount's huge, it's just, they will basically focus on the factors of it being an amazing deal and how they can't miss out on it. It just sounds such a compelling deal. Stop right there. Do not let them sign that contract. If you are allowing customers to buy purely on the premise that it is a good deal, no, that is not ethical. You need to go deeper into that and question them further. Ask them, Mr. Prospect, how exactly do you think it's a good deal? See what their response is. If they come back with and say, well, I don't know, it's just a huge saving. You need to then go deeper. Yeah, but why are you buying this? How is it going to benefit you? You need to get them to a point where you take them from they're so excited about discounts and savings to actually emotional and logical reasons that cement in their mind why they're doing it. Because if you left those customers and you close the door and they come crashing down, all they think about is a big saving, but they then still realise they're committing a lot of money. They have no emotional attachment to any need or desire for your product or service, and they'll go. So that's the first sort of response you could get back and how to overcome it. The second response, when you ask them why are you coming on board today, will be more on the lines of, well, it made a lot of sense. You know, I like what you've got to offer. I like your company. The service really actually does what I need it to do right now because of X, Y, and Z. And they might touch on their pain points and the reasons why they've done it. If you need to, if you feel the reasons aren't still that powerful, just dig a little bit deeper. And you want to be able to get these answers out now. Because if the client can give you these reasons now, when you leave and close the door and finish the meeting, even if they do have any form of buyer's remorse, which we'll always have, we'll always reflect on why we've done it, they have already answered the hardest questions a prospect cannot normally answer. You were there to influence that. So when you leave, they sit back and they think, why have I just committed to all this money? Well, actually, because it's going to solve this problem, this need, this desire. Now, I know it sounds simple, but it works. It just works. Never, ever, ever give over the contract, end the meeting and shake their hand without asking them why they've came on board. It is the most powerful tool that I've ever used in my arsenal that has saved me tens of probably hundreds of thousands of pounds. So the next time you go out there, if it's a Zoom call, a physical meeting, which probably right now won't be happening for a few months, ask your customer why they're coming on board. And a side note, besides keeping your business tip-top and not falling off the books, it also provides powerful insights of reasons to why your customers are bought. So guess what? You can use their main reasons and their main pain points to remarket other clients and use those as reasons to why other people can sign up. It's powerful. See you in the next video. Cheers.